Hey guys, I want to talk about a little project I've been working on over the last about 4 months. And it was to take the cheapest possible kit wine that I could buy and try to make a full-bodied red wine with some complex flavors out of it. And the kit that I started with was called a Wine Lovers Merlot. You can get those on Amazon. I think they're about $40 now, but at the time I bought it, it was about $30. So maybe watch for those to be on sale. And the kit only contains 5.2 liters of concentrate, which is really, really low to make 6 gallons of wine. So that alone makes it really challenging to make it full-bodied. So the very first thing I did was, instead of making 6 gallons, I only added enough water to make 5 gallons. And what that does is it just kind of adds a little bit more body and thickens everything up. But it also increases the acidity, which I had to address, and I'll touch on that a little bit later. So once I've got my 5 gallons of water, stirred the heck out of it. You really got to stir those kits up like crazy. I also decided to add some other ingredients because these kits are going to be really low tannin, just really kind of thin wines, the really cheap kits. So I added 0.6 ounces of grape stems. So that will give you some green tannin. And the stems I took were just from some like Thompson seedless grapes, the green grapes you get in the store. So I added that right into the bucket that I fermented in. I also added 1 ounce of toasted American oak right to the primary fermentation to give it a little bit more tannin, a little bit more oak, because of course this would have 0 oak right from the kit. And then the wild card thing I did, which is a little bit unheard of, is I took 3 sweet mini peppers, they're called. They're the little orange peppers you get at the store. I chopped those up into little slices and left the stems, left the seeds, and threw that right into the primary fermentation. And the reason I did that is because with these reds, like the Bordeaux variety reds, they generally contain something called pyrazines, and that gives it that bell pepper aroma. And a lot of people don't like that, and a lot of winemakers will try everything they do to avoid that, but personally I kind of like that, so that was something I was trying to shoot for in this wine. So I sliced those peppers and put them in the primary fermentation, and on day 1, 24 hours, I pulled all but one slice of half-inch long slice of pepper out, because the pepper aroma was really coming on pretty strong. Of course, I stirred it every day for a week as the primary fermentation was going on. Forgot to mention, I inoculated with Lalvanese 1118, which is the yeast that came with the kit. I pumped up my fermentation temp with a little seed heater to about between 75 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which again, just to kind of suck all the flavor and smells out of between the oak and the pepper. And then I, after a week, when it went completely dry, racked it into a 5-gallon carboy and made sure it was topped up to the very neck, and added a 1/4 teaspoon of potassium metabisulfite. So right from the very start, I can say the first month of this wine, it was really, you could really kind of smell the pepper. Tannins were coming on pretty strong, which is exactly kind of what you want in a young wine, those strong tannins. And now 4 months later, everything has completely smoothed out. Those tannins have polymerized, and it's really got a decent mouthfeel. It's got a full-bodied flavor, and it's really quite a good wine. But the thing I really had to do, it would be totally different had I not done this, was I had to reduce the acidity in this wine. And the way I chose to do that was a blend of calcium carbonate and potassium bicarbonate, both of which are easy to find at your brew shop, or even online you can get calcium carbonate or potassium bicarbonate powder. And I chose to use a blend because if I use too much of either one of those, I could start to get either a potassium taste or a calcium taste in my wine. So the blend seemed to work out pretty good. So I ended up using about 10 grams of calcium carbonate and 20 grams of potassium bicarbonate. Be careful with the calcium carbonate because it makes a bubble, so add it real slowly or you could, volcano your wine. And the potassium bicarbonate, you do have to cold stabilize. So I will put this in the fridge just to drop any unstable tartrates out before I do bottle this. And as a rule of thumb with both of those, 2.5 grams per gallon of wine of calcium carbonate will raise your pH by 0.1. And 3.8 grams per gallon of potassium bicarbonate will do the same thing. And always kind of err on the side of caution with that because you don't want to overshoot your number. But again, it's been 4 months and this wine has, for what it is, it's really, really good. So I'm just going to go ahead and cold stabilize it in the fridge for about 2 weeks at about 30 degrees F and bottle it up and I'm going to enjoy it. So if you like my videos, just please go ahead and subscribe. If you have any comments, I'd be happy to answer any questions in the comments section. And check out my website called smartwinemaking.com. Thanks for watching.